Yeah.
Well, gee willikers, Nerd Avengers, here we are again on another Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes, and if you could be so kind and tap that like button, just give it a little love. Just a little love. See you soon. No, man, I'm not in the mood for that. No.
I never meant to cause you pain. Shot through the bone, you say.
No!
Know what we have to do, but soon I'll be there with you.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but what's up with those likes? No. No. So depressing, man. Why does it feel like the world, the universe is just like, why don't you just be sad? Well, how about I fucking don't? How about I fucking jam this shit? Fuck you! Gives me a la-ti-da feeling, so la-ti-fucking-da. Let's get it started. What's up, Nerdvengers, Brokevengers, visitors to the towers, lurkers, haters, and everyone in between. Kicking it off on this day, January 19th, on this year 2021. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Look, we've got a lot to talk about, okay? Das Marvel. Leaking. Okay? Now, look, before we get into too much of that, because there is sort of this idea that I want to preserve secrets for people that don't want big spoilers, etc., etc., okay? But at some point during today's stream, I'd like to do some frank talk. I'll be frank about spoilers and spoiler culture, because it's weird, man. Like, look, I get it and I understand the whole thing. We're trying to, we're trying to be good boys about this, but here's the thing. When Disney literally removes stuff from a subreddit that is designed for leaks and is supposed to exist separate from actual Disney, I just think it's kind of messed up that they can just be like, oh, well, would you mind just taking all that down anyways? So, look, we're going to get into that. I have some thoughts. Also, show notes! Nice. Show notes, yes. For those of you wondering, Nerd Theory was pushed back to tonight. We will be going live tonight, I think at the regular time, so 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So here's the deal on that, okay? Theory already had something going on. If you'll recall, yesterday on the morning stream, I had said we might have to reschedule. We might go early. Stay tuned, okay? We were going to go early, actually. We were ready to go at 6:30, and then Theory's dog decided to go eat what I think was a live bird. And I don't know much about eating a live bird. At first, he thought it was a live fish, and so he had to take the dog to the emergency room. When you combine that with the plans that he already had, it just made it an impossibility that we could go yesterday. So we're going tonight. It's going to be juicy, and oh, baby, do I have a cool story to talk to you guys about with Star Wars over there, because if you hadn't noticed, we've been avoiding Star Wars like the plague. No Star Wars, no cry. Right, chat? Yeah, so tonight at Nerd Theory, we will talk about that. It has to do with Grogu. It has to do with Kevin Feige. Don't at me, son. Also this week, Thursday night, After Dark, coming at you once again. And we're going to be going right into our usual schedule when it comes to WandaVision. So After Dark, we'll stream something like 9 p.m. to 11. Then we will do the watch party for Nerdvenger members only. By the way, almost 500 strong, the Nerdvengers army. Holy shit, we got to talk about that too later. But for the Nerdvengers, we will do a watch party behind the scenes for WandaVision. Come hang out with us, watch the show. Then we will go live on this very channel at 4:30 a.m. Friday morning, talking full-on spoilers for WandaVision, because we are those kind of people. We can't help ourselves. So make sure you come check that out if you are interested. Now, oh, one other thing I wanted to say. So some of you know, some of you don't, that I am a fan of one Dr. Disrespect. And Dr. Disrespect has been making a little bit of noise in the esports community. And it's possible, from what I gather, that he could be launching his very own esports team, maybe the San Diego Speed. Here's the deal. I always wanted to get into esports. I always saw myself getting into esports in the next 5 years. If Dr. Disrespect makes an esports team officially, then we're going to start the Den of Nerds esports immediately, and I need help. So if you are really big into esports, or you really love streaming, and honestly, here's the thing on this. Hang on, pause the music for a second, because we just got 60,000 emails, and I don't want that. Look, let me explain. Let me try to whittle this down a little bit. I'm actually probably looking for younger people. No offense to the boomers. I love you boomers. You don't even know what esports is. Let's be honest. You just Googled it, okay? So, love you, but that's not who we're looking for. I'm looking for young people of all walks of life that potentially want to get involved with esports, that want to be commentators for esports, that want to talk about esports, that want to, I don't know, diagnose esports, do research on esports, help us produce content for esports. How many more times do you think I have to say esports before we trigger the algorithm to do the thing? Okay, look. Point being, guys, if you're interested in that, send us an email, because that is coming one way or another. It might be coming before you know it. Okay! So, how many of you heard the news about Thor 4? There's actually a couple of different things going on with Thor 4. So we'll talk Thor 4. We'll talk Thor 4 first. Holy cow. And then towards the end of the stream, we'll of course do Q&A and all that. But I also do want to talk about the Evan Peters thing and a little bit of spoiler talk later on, okay? So chill. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. How many of you guys have been following the news with Thor 4? And I suppose the most important aspect here is how many of you guys are aware of what is going on with the new old... Actually, I'm going to look at the chat for this. I want to see what you guys are saying here. What do you guys know about the new old Roger Wardell that's fake? Let me know. Let me know. What do you know? Dude, saying the Evan Peters thing is not a spoiler, James, and you're going to set me off. I love you, but shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so let me try to explain this in the best, most simplest way that I can. Okay, Roger Wardell is Kevin Feige's burner account. And Kevin Feige loves to, because he understands hype, and because he wants to get around the studio system. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna little more coffee for the brain. Okay, you give me 2 seconds. Okay. Roger Wardell, just like Daniel Richtman, just like a lot of these guys, is a fake name, I would assume. A fake name. A fake name of someone claiming to have insider information when it comes to Marvel. Now, do you recall, ladies and gentlemen, and you let me know, do you recall when we looked at the charts and the sort of Excel spreadsheet that went over all the different scoopers and reporters and what their track record was? Do you recall? Do you recall? Josh, you a white shug sleeper agent? No, but I'm not exactly allergic to that concept either. Okay, so point being, when we went in and looked at that Excel spreadsheet, which, by the way, every time I look at a Excel spreadsheet, I get the cold sweats. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, my brain, like, look, I can handle a lot of different things. I feel rather in control most of the time. You show me a fucking Excel, I can't even say it, an Excel spreadsheet, whew! Strike fear into my heart. Anyway, when we looked at that Excel spreadsheet, Roger Wardell had a 100% track record, not a 99.9% track record, a 100% track record. And the things that he knew were so far. This is another thing. The things that he knew, or she, the things that Roger knew, were so detailed and also different than a lot of what the mainstay scoopers are saying. So let me explain something for y'all. Right now, the rumor being reported by Daniel Richtman is that Storm will appear in a form of Storm, a version of Storm, O'Hara, will appear in Thor 4. Okay? Now, old new Roger Wardell had scoops about how the new Thor core, or the new Thor movie was going to have a version of the Thor core and show you different versions. And I believe he said Storm and Groot. I believe I'll have to go back and check. Don't fucking, Jesus, clip it, whatever. But that's the impression that I got. Like, basically this guy, and I'll have to go back, but this guy, Roger Wardell, had been saying a ton of stuff about even the new projects on a new Twitter account. And everyone was like, yeah, but it's not the same Twitter account, okay? I'm doing a piss poor job of explaining this. Let me try to... Aurora, like I said. Trev's over there pronouncing it Ahura like an idiot. Okay, listen. Listen. I'm doing a piss poor job of explaining this. The first Roger Wardell Twitter account. There was once upon a time, there was one Roger Wardell Twitter account. He said crazy stuff. It all came true. All of it. And we were like, what? Okay, that dude's Kevin Feige. Okay, then he disappears. Gone. That account, no longer active. Okay? Then a new Roger Wardell Twitter account. So you had an old Roger Wardell Twitter account. Now you got a new Roger Wardell Twitter account. The new Roger Wardell Twitter account started saying some outlandish shit. And people were like, oh, Roger Wardell is saying this is true, so it must be true. But then when you looked into it a little bit, you were like, but that's not even the same Roger Wardell. And so I had assumed, or perhaps just been skeptic, and I was like, dude, that's not the same Roger Wardell. What are the odds? But you know what? I was talking to Paul yesterday, okay? I was talking to Paul. And we were just like, dude, this whole situation with Roger Wardell is so crazy, because think about this. What are the odds of an old Twitter account named Roger Wardell getting 100% correct stuff, then a new account being proven 100% correct on WandaVision episode 2 and some really obscure stuff, right? Like, what are the odds of that? And then if you think in simple probabilities, dude, the odds of that are super low. Like, the odds of that are super low. So something's going on. You know what I mean? Who knows for sure? Only the Oracle. But if only you knew who is actually Roger. Oh, well, Worstu, first of all, good friend of the channel. And support of fellow YouTuber Worstu in the chat. Everybody put some hearts. Put some hearts in the chat for Worstu. I'm not even being ironic. Why not? Give that man some hearts. And also, tell me who Roger Wardell really is in the DMs, my guy. Because I know it's Kevin Feige, but if you know that as well, you can tell me also. Okay, so moving on to the Thor 4 Dealy Dally. Okay? The real thing I wanted to get into here is the idea that Thor 4 will likely be a hybrid story between the Jane Foster, Thor run with her cancer situation and all that. With her cancer situation, and then Odinson perhaps, being considered unworthy. And I think they're going to combine that with like a version of the Thor core and perhaps even like something crazy like Exiles. Because, like, okay, we've actually covered this quite a bit. Now, this has been spread out. It's been over videos. It's been over live streams, and I totally get it. But in my mind, it feels like I'm always talking about the same stuff. So you just have to forgive me. But the deal is, as people interviewed Taika, it became pretty clear that while the sort of Jason Aaron, Odinson, Jane Foster Thor run would serve and did serve as sort of a launch pad of creativity and sort of a, an aha, kind of a moment. That story itself was not going to necessarily be the track for the film. And then the more you hear the actors sort of talk about the script, they all say the same thing in a sense. They're all saying like, yo, this shit's ridiculous. Like, it makes Ragnarok look like a safe film. Okay? What else do we know? We also know that Christian Bale is going to be Gore the God Butcher. Now, let's go way back. What we about to do is go back. When the initial casting rumors for Christian Bale and Thor 4 surfaced, one of the big questions was, will they be able to sign this guy to multiple projects? It appeared as though Disney and Marvel were interested in such a thing. But it also felt like, and this was sort of the word on the street, that I don't know if if Bale would be down for such a thing. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like he unless he got like all the money, you know what I mean? He doesn't necessarily seem like the kind of guy that's just going to sign up and wear a cape forever, right? So I remember that, and I remember thinking like, well, it'll all depend on who and what he is cast as, and how they want to do that and how they want to work all that. So him being Gore the God Butcher, the fact that we have Valkyrie, the fact that the Thor core is very likely going to be in it, the fact that a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy appear to be in this film, the fact that Taika said it makes Ragnarok look like child's play, Matt Damon's in it. I mean, look, Storm is now rumored. It seems wild, dude. So let me just now jump full on into speculation. Let's go into the deep end, baby. And I imagine a speculation pool like a pool of Jello. And then you just sliming through the Jello, grabbing like pieces of fruit out of it or something. I don't know. So my pure speculative brain, of course, is forever tied to the idea of Secret Wars. And I can't help but remember the fact that the Thor core in Secret Wars is a big deal. Because the Thor core is essentially the police. They are like the police personal army of Emperor Doom. They are the hand of Doom. Okay? So, if you get summoned to Castle Doom, the Thors are going to show up and make sure you go there. In fact, the first character you meet in Jonathan's first issue is a new Thor being brought into the fold and handed a hammer and given the power of Thor. It's pretty cool. So I also think Loki is a show that is going to really, really crack some things open. And, there were rumors back in the day, folks, that Loki himself from that show would be the person that would hand the Mjolnir to Jane. That Jane would be receiving a Mjolnir from some kind of different time or something like that. Okay? So you start to put all of this together, and you start to think of Quantum Mania, Secret Wars, the fact that we might see a Fox X-Men actor in a maybe like Disney Marvel role. The fact that we believe, we can't prove necessarily, but we believe that Feige did meet with one Halle Berry. You know, you start to put all this stuff together, man. You start to think about this, and you're like, yo, what's this dude doing? Like, it's about to get wild. And everybody thought seeing Storm in Black Panther 2 would be cool, which still might happen. But, you know, leave it to Feige to be like, you know what would be way crazier? Sort of an exile version of Storm from an alternate dimension where she's a part of the Thor Corps. Because, okay, listen. Storm, the power of Storm. Okay, Storm is already, like, super powerful. She's a bad bitch. She's a bad. Yeah, she's bad. But you put Thor, you put a hammer in her hand as well? Huh? Whew. That's some power. That is some power. I like that. So, look, man, y'all remember when Michael Douglas was like, as far as I know, I think the quantum realm plays a major role in all the stories moving forward for all the characters. The whole thing's the quantum realm, as far as I know. And we were all like, what? What did you just say, Michael Douglas? Michael Douglas, could you repeat that? Hey, Michael Douglas, what you say, man? Well, I believe that all the characters are going to be involved in the quantum realm moving forward. That it's heavily involved in all of their stories. And, you know, I remember reporting... Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to ramble for just a little bit more, but then I'm going to cut it before I get too pissed off, because there's a little part of me that's like, okay, look. There were some people that have been removed from the channel. They're gone. Bye. See ya. You're out of here. But some of these people... Remember when I first started reporting on the Spider-Man stuff? And people... this is... I'm talking like the late last year, maybe third quarter last year. And we started talking about the Spider-Man stuff, and we're like, and people were like, Josh, you've lost it. You've clearly had too much time alone in the tower. Quarantine has affected your brain. Your love of the halfling's leaf has clearly slowed your mind. Well now. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, I get it. But at this point, like, can we all get past that now? Like, with all the news that's coming out, can we now just accept that things are going to be bizarro as fuck moving forward? Like, we're going to be going into, like, insanity, dude. And again, like, of course, we are going to try to do our best, to do our due diligence here, to cover things correctly, to have an open mind. Look, for instance, this is important. Yesterday, I got something wrong. I got something wrong on Twitter. I saw a fake photograph. Well, it's not a fake photograph, but it's a fan-made photograph, not official, of some Funkos for WandaVision. Okay? And it was circulating around, and because of the other things that are going on, you know, Disney removing actual information from open forums, you know. Because of certain things that were going on, I was like, holy shit, is that them messing up again? And, you know, I was a little aggressive with some people on Twitter, but we got there, fam. We got there. That photograph is indeed a fan-made photograph that has nothing to do with what actually might happen in WandaVision. However, Casey Walsh just admitted that you're likely to see both Mephisto and Nightmare, I believe. Let's double check that. Did he say Nightmare or did he say, what did he say? Nightmare and Mephisto. You'll see both. Casey Walsh. Is he lying? I don't know. He seems to be not the guy that would do that. Who knows? So, okay. Now, I do want to get into super chats and all that, but here's the dealy dally, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk a little bit of spoilers, and I want to talk a little bit about spoilers. So, if you would like to remain spoiler-free or not see me get all upset or whatever, I don't know. Go 15 minutes. Go 15, 20 minutes into the future. And then we'll get into Q&A, okay? By the way, look at the hair. I think I may have found a place to get my hair cut now. So the quarantine hair might be going away soon. Pretty excited about it. The gyms are open back up. Holy shit. I can not be fat anymore, which is fantastic. Things are turning around. Things are turning around. I tell you. I tell you. D's Nuts says, shave your head and you're real fat. Oh, thanks a lot, man. That's really, that's mean. Okay. I know, D's. I'm playing, dog. Come on, relax. Okay. So let's talk about the Evan Peters situation. Did you guys watch the show yesterday with Paul? Did you watch that whole thing transpire? Sometimes I'm amazed. I sit back, actually quite often, but this is just due to like sort of the Zen way that I look at life. And I mean, I think it's fascinating and it's so fun. You know, like even the good and the bad, it's fun. It's tasty. You drink from the cup of life, my friends. It's delicious. Point being, if you watched the show yesterday, Paul and I were literally talking about the Evan Peters thing as it was breaking. I was like, yeah, nah, it's for real. And a bunch of people just confirmed it. And Paul was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. And then I sort of like showed him some stuff, you know, off camera, like after that and all that, whatever. So, that was so interesting to me to then walk away from that because, of course, like we could have just turned around and did a big video on it. There was a lot of contention online. Like people just took that. People are just approaching it in such weird ways. Like, here's the thing. Okay. I don't know for sure that it happens in the third episode, but it probably happens in the third episode. And if it happens in the third episode, well, again, look, we don't know. But the point is, it's such a weird situation. And I don't think the way that it's being handled right now is actually the appropriate way. I do not think this is the way. Like, people that are in the business of breaking scoops or trying to find information, that is what they do. There's clearly an audience for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So when people do that or are engaged in that type of culture, and then you turn around and you say, oh, but see, you're actually too good at that. You're actually too good at it because now you know for sure the leaks. And that's basically like Disney being like, well, we definitely can't cover our tracks. And so instead, we're going to ask nicely, which is probably what they did. You know, they asked the mods nicely to take it down. Basically threatened copyright shit, right? Or some whack ass shit like that. So, look, man. My current relationship with Disney and my current like feelings about that company and just like where we are at right now is not necessarily in the best place. I'm trying to figure it out because I'm not intentionally trying to rock the boat, but a lot of stuff that they do and the way that they conduct themselves is stupid AF, ladies and gentlemen. And I just found it so hilarious because, like, dude, there's stuff that you guys don't even know behind the scenes. But, like, talking to Paul and just having that whole conversation about the whole... It was hilarious because if you guys knew how basically Disney will be like, hey, please, and we'll be nice. And then the moment you're out of the way, they duck you completely. You know what I mean? Like, and we're just supposed to act like it's not draconian and whatever and suckle up to the teat of whatever, dude. Like, I think it's ridiculous, quite frankly. And when it comes to the spoiler stuff, again, this is the thing. So I think a lot about Mando, right? So when it came to Mando, we covered a good bit of the leaks and the spoilers, right? But I'd like to believe that we did so tastefully. And by the way, we were not even 100% accurate. We got stuff wrong. We got the Ezra stuff wrong. We got the Sabine stuff wrong. I'm sure there were other things that we got wrong. Point being, did it really mess your experience up to know that Boba Fett was likely going to be in the series and Bo-Katan was going to be in the series? Like, did it really ruin the experience of The Mandalorian for you that we had reported on that like 6 months out? Because if it did, I understand, but you shouldn't be on the internet consuming content like this. You know what I mean? So it's weird, dude. I don't know what the exact answer is, but the whole situation and the way I watched people conduct themselves yesterday about the Evan Peters scoop, I thought it was ridiculous. Like, Grace is just like, I'm not going to talk about it until after the episode. That solves nothing. That solves nothing. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, and what, are we all just supposed to act like it's not a thing now? Like, we're all just, in order to preserve the integrity of the show, we're all supposed to not do our jobs? What? Am I crazy? And to be honest with you, I do want to know what you guys think, because maybe I am crazy. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I can't. Am I wrong? Like, please, talk to me. Talk to me, Nerd Vengers. You know what I mean? Like, am I way off base here? Lavis says, I like you, but you're crazy. Thanks, man. James R says, nah, you good, fam? No, I enhanced it. You're not crazy. Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I definitely am crazy. I was speaking specifically of this. No, you're not wrong. No, people are responsible for themselves. Yeah. So it seems like a lot of us are on the same page here. But it's like, yeah, like, okay. And again, going back to the Nerd Vengers thing, okay? Let me just ramble just a little bit more. When we had, like, the full-on everything, I didn't turn around and whore out the information that we had. Right? Like, think about what we did. What did we do with the stuff we had with Mando? Dude, we were super tasteful with it. I made vague breakdown videos leading up to the show. I didn't show anything. I didn't talk about specifics. I talked about a few things. I talked about tonally for the show. You know what I mean? I did a better job than most motherfuckers do with actual screeners, in my opinion. So all this, like, I don't know, man. Look, I want to play nice. Disney's doing a great job. You look over at DC and you're like, holy shit, what's going on with this? Ridiculous. You look over at Star Wars and you're like, you know, but it's getting better. Disney, I want you to succeed. Because when you succeed, we all succeed as a fan base. I'm just not sure what my role in all of this is moving forward if you're going to continue to be the way you are. It's not you, it's me. I can't with that. You know? Because, okay, one, just a little bit more. Here's the other side of this. You know, and some people, like, because I have a lot of friends all across the internet that do all sorts of different things. You know what I mean? You know, my house smells of, you know, mahogany and leather-bound books. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to, you know, whatever, you know, 500 strong Nerd Venger army that will crush you if you cross me. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not trying to, you know, be that guy, whatever, but look, I have friends that think that the way forward with these corporations, with a company like Disney or a studio, is binary. Meaning, you either say, fuck them, or, what's up? How can I help? You know? And I'm like, that is so ridiculous. Like, what? How do we not understand that the way forward is the middle road? Okay? So, in my opinion, what you need is the balance between the trust of a community and the authenticity within your branding and content that shows that you actually care about that community. And then you need an attitude that's respectful but honest towards the corporation. Meaning, I don't care how many t-shirts, dibbly-dabbly, goobly-globs you give me. If your product is iOS, I'm going to say it's iOS. Right? So, I actually do know some people within certain verticals on the internet that I think have struck that exact balance quite well. The problem does become sort of the balance between, you know, what level of access do you want? I don't think you need access at all, by the way. But, like, you know, what kind of access do you need per se, combined with, you know, what's the strat for the content and how are you keeping that audience engaged? So yeah, I think I'm done on that. I just fucking, man, the situation with spoilers and people on the internet is quite interesting. Like, do you guys realize I'm holding on to like a million things, right? Like, especially when it comes to Star Wars. Like, I'm not talking about Star Wars. I have insane Star Wars news just floating around in my brain, just bouncing around like a fucking DVD screensaver. Just bloop, 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 bloop. Just like that. So, if you think I'm just here trying to ruin things for people, you're crazy. Like, you're really just not paying attention, and that's okay. Tell us or we won't believe you. I'd rather you not believe me. So you have no leverage there, sir. Okay, let's get into the Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the Q&A, eh? I will go over the super chats that we have in here. If you want to support the channel and guarantee that your question gets answered, unless I just don't like your question, throw in a super chat. I'll read most of them within reason. If you don't have any loot, don't worry about it. For real. Jesus. Just put a chat into the chat and we'll chat it up, and I'll look at the chat when I can chat. Dan Larkin with the $2 hollow says, smash that like button, y'all. Yeah, I would appreciate more likes. Look, likes are stupid. I wish they didn't matter as much as they do, but they unfortunately do, so you have to smash that like button, otherwise I'll be furious. Spider Storm with the $5 hollow says, hey Josh, how's your day been? By the way, it's Xenius. I changed my username. Oh, nice. I did like the Xenius name, but Spider Storm is pretty sick as well. How's my day been? The day's been good, man. I spent a lot of time meditating last night. It was quite beautiful. Life was good. Harris McGrady with the $5 holla says, Screen Rant just reported that Karen Gillan is in Thor 4 a few minutes ago. Does that mean as Guardians of the Galaxy in Thor 4 as well? I do believe there will be some of that in there. Yeah, Chris Pratt's going to be in there for show. Yeah, I think there will be some of that in there. Stephen J with the $5 holla says, honest question, is there any chance Disney would remove Quicksilver leak because it's false? No. Part of me is still holding out for a villainous Evan Peters. Think about the probability. My friend. If you just think in terms of probabilities, it becomes a little more clear, I think. Just think about that probability. By the way, probability is such a fun word to say. Probability. Somebody make a house music beat out of that. Bruh Dolphin says, do you not like this question? Dude, you got me. Fuck. Hate it. Brendan Walsh with the $2 holla says, are you George Lucas's nephew? I can neither confirm or deny that, but I mean, come on, guys. No way am I George Lucas's nephew. Think about it. If I was, would I know all this crazy stuff about Marvel and Star Wars and have to secretly, like, keep it from you and definitely make sure that we didn't talk about it a lot? And can we get one juicy spoiler you're holding on to just for clicks and giggles? Something for the children to chew on? Let me think. If there's anything I can give you. I can tell you this. JJ betrayed George Lucas. 34 Virgo with the $5 holla says, your thoughts on Avengers being created by fake Roger Wardell. Yeah, so you're talking about how Wanda will create new Avengers? I mean, dude, do you really think that's too crazy? With everything we've seen and everything we think is going on, is that too absurd? Look, watch the Wanda video that we did yesterday. It sort of breaks down some of the possibilities of how this could all be working together. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's totally possible. By the way, if she creates Wiccan, I mean, if she's creating everything in there and she creates Wiccan and Wiccan is the one Mephisto wants, then, like, Yeah, it's just gonna be wild. It's just gonna be wild. Squizzer says, John Cena, Beta Ray Bill, who'd you cast for Ben Reilly? Ooh, Ben Reilly. Well, I mean, wouldn't you cast whoever's Spider-Man? Right? God, by the way, this quarantine hair is driving me crazy. Oh my God, every time I look up, I'm like, yo, what is that poof? Jesus Christ. John Cena should be the Thing, if anything. And Ben Reilly should just be Tom Holland. Or Tom Holland's brother. By the way, I had the Tom Holland's brother circled on the thumbnail yesterday. We literally never talked about it, but I have a wild ass theory on who that kid is playing. I think he's playing a version of Peter that when the spell's on him. I think that could be the person that people see instead of Peter. I don't know. Tell us who is Thrawn without telling us who is Thrawn. Mithran Yorodu. From the Chiss, higher ascendancy. Military genius. Ruthless warrior. Future Thanos of the Star Wars MCU, guided by Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau. I mean, who knows? Who knows who Thrawn is, really? You know? Come on, man. Who knows? Who knows? Yo, this beat is kind of it's kind of nice. Kind of feeling this a little. Probably finish off with this, just a little Q&A. I want that scene with Aaron Taylor Johnson coming back and asking Wanda, what happened to your accent? Yeah. I would love a scene like that too. Look, man, there's plenty of cool stuff they can do with Evan Peters. What if he's not just a creation of Wanda, but perhaps a creation of Wanda that is also the same Evan Peters from the X-Men universe or something? I don't know. Kale says, grow a man bun, Josh. I called them samurai buns. Yeah, like a top knot or something like that. I've had them before. There's a picture of me somewhere online drinking fine ass wine with a top knot on. Somewhere on the internet. So maybe someday. I think I actually am gonna keep it long. But I'm gonna, I'm looking into it. I'd like to get a really nice haircut. I'd like to get $100 haircut. I think I'm gonna get $100 haircuts from now on, because my hair is ridiculous, and I feel as though I need to hand someone $100 to make sure that they will actually try to make sense of the Amazonian-like jungle that is my hair. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Let's see here. Josh I says, is it so windy today? I'm listening to you while chipping down trees. P.S. Take my money. Yo, take care of yourself out there, brother. Hope it's not too windy, and hope the tree chipping goes well, man. Chip them trees, man. Mason Graves, the $2 holler, says, Doctor Strange 2 going to be bigger than Spider-Man 3 and Thor 4 combined. It's possible. I think that, look, I mean, you know, we've sort of spoke on it a lot today, but we were just headed to Crazy Town. Crazy Town, USA, with every possible connection, character, and thing you could think of. Holy shit. It's going to be wild. Make sure you're subscribed. Holy shit. Trev with the $2 holler says, Dr. Afra equals Mara J. What do you think? Possible. Afra is definitely an interesting character, but she's put at such a weird time in the comics that she affects that time period a lot, but I really don't know how much she'll pop up in other things. We'll see. I think the character's dope, dude, and I love her ship, actually. The Archangel is one of the coolest ship in Star Wars. I think that ship is dope. But, you know, it's yet to be determined. I want to see the numbers on the High Republic. I want to see how that's doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. S.G with the $5 holla says, Josh, I for one think you should keep the do. That swoop and super coffee, bruh. Live your best hair life. Hey, thanks, Meng. Yeah, we'll keep it up there. We'll keep it up there. Did I finish the High Republic book? I did not, Meng. Gorgeous ass hair, says Nikki. Oh my god, I'm blushing. Stop. But go on. Hey Josh, what happened to Nerd Theory yesterday? We had to delay it. It's happening tonight. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. How big are these Star Wars scoops? Pretty big. I mean, I told you guys, like, dude, honestly, like, it's funny because I was sort of joking when I said, like, I'm not going to cover Star Wars again until Star Wars admits that Kevin Feige is fixing everything. And I was like, yeah, like, that's sort of a joke. I'm kind of memeing. But honestly, we have not covered Star Wars, and things have been okay. And quite in fact, things have been pretty chill, you know? So. How's Theory's dog? I think she's okay. I think she's going to be okay. Dude, I don't have a Cloud Lifter War Stew. I'm about to get one, though. I need one. Will you marry me? Probably not. You know, I actually, as I was meditating last night, I was like, I don't think I'm going to get married. Actually, if I do get married, this popped up into my head in meditation because I was thinking about marriage and love and betrayal and power and, you know, the things that one thinks about. And I was like, you know what? This maybe would be the only scenario that I would get married. A beautiful European woman, maybe Croatian or something, and she barely spoke English. And then, like, her and I getting married would be kind of like a sitcom where there would be, like, a gap in communication there that I think would actually serve in the Zen sense to create a story and create really fun play. It would be very fun play. So, just a thought. Just a weird little Josh thought. Andrew Turan says, please elaborate on the European woman of your dreams. Okay. No, I'm just kidding, man. Oh my God. I'm not talking about a mail order bride. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You all are so juvenile. I'll never forgive War Stew for Yo, I'll never forgive War Stew for spoiling Spider-Man. Okay. Okay, you never know what's going to happen on the internet. In Mother Russia, a mail order bride marries you. Niet, bratya Borosha. The Menace, dude. Yeah, that shit was funny. Yo, that shit was funny. Oh my God. Everybody thinks I'm talking about a mail order bride. No. Jesus Christ. I'm talking about like a sitcom type thing where, like, what if you fell in love with somebody you didn't speak the language? You know what I mean? Here's the funny thing. Last night I kind of thought to myself, that would actually help. Because words are kind of inadequate in some ways. I didn't do that at all, did I? Dude, you did. You did, man. You fucking ruined it for everybody, including me. No, I'm just playing, bro. I'd love that for you, man. LOL, we want to see you meet your European beauty. Ow, ow. Amen. Harris McGray. Hey, man. Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You're a Nerd Venger now, baby. 666 people watching. Mephisto. Yikes. That wouldn't help. The right person will speak your love language. Right, but your love language isn't necessarily your colloquial language. Yes? Jennifer? Have you ever read the poet Harvard on the art of love? Marry a Greek woman since they're the prettiest. So when you're at the beach in Greece, you see her walking on the water and you think how lucky you are. That's a beautiful thought. That's a beautiful little image there. I like that. Also kind of James Bondish, but I do think that's kind of nice. Who could Ethan Hawke be playing in Moon Knight? No love for Latinas? Come on, Nikki. You know I got mad love. Mad love for my Latina brothers and sisters. Who do I have winning the Super Bowl? Who cares? The open world Star Wars game? Totes my goats, baby. Totes my goats. I love these. Josh, you butchered my name when knighting me yesterday. On my 40th B-Day. But I appreciate it. What is even life? We are obviously in a simulation. What is happening? I don't understand. You butchered my... That is so funny, brother. You just made my day. I'm sorry I butchered your name, man. Holy shit. So let's try the name again. I'd pronounce it, and this is probably how I butchered it. Ras Kilong. So is it Race Salon? Race Salon? Race Salon? God, I'm just making it worse, aren't I? Anyway, much love. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Ross C. Long. Ross C. Long. Wait a minute. Did I say that before saying it? Did I actually say what? Let's see here. Wait a minute. Wait. Did you really just say that? I did not. I did appreciate it. Okay, good. I thought you were like, I did not appreciate it. I thought you were about to get mean on me, dude. Yikes. Moon Knight's foes. Depends on the way they're going to go with that. I think Ethan Hawke will probably be a mercenary that also lives maybe through the events of the Khonshu resurrection and all that. We'll see. Oh my god, dude. Y'all are too much. I'm done. I'm done talking about my interest in romance with y'all. Y'all are too much. It's too much. Josh, why do you think actors like Ethan, Christian Bale, Salma, Angelina Jolie are joining the MCU like Natalie Portman are coming back? How is Feige doing this? Leverage. You know, it's pretty simple. In all contracts, in all power dynamic situations, there is leverage, deliverables, danger, repercussions. Feige has created a brand so strong. You know that meme is like, I'm going to create a brand so strong that grandmas will speculate on who the villain of the Moon Knight series is. That's what he did. So the value's there, the audience is there, the money's there. Which means the cream of the crop is there. You know? So, I'm not a nice guy from Minnesota. Take my money. I used to live in Minnesota. I used to live in the Twin Cities. Minnesota is where I got my major knee surgery done. Minnesota's all right, man. Are you a fan of the band, or I guess the artist, Atmosphere? Josh, do you really think they're going to drop the Luke Skywalker storyline? What do you mean by that? Do I think they're going to drop the Luke Skywalker storyline? Can you elaborate? For the children. Yeah, Sluggo, baby. Sluggo, indeed. I actually was in a studio with him before. In a studio, downtown Minneapolis, jamming with Slug and some other motherfuckers. It was really cool. Nell Boogie says, any juicy scoops on Shang-Chi? Not really. I mean, not anything that I feel like we've talked about everything. I bet I could tell you a lot of stuff about Shang-Chi that you don't know per se. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it there. You all are so lovely unless you aren't. I appreciate you. I appreciate you unless I don't. Think about it. All the way up. Tippy top. And we're just getting started. Think about it. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.